Alright, well, it's Tuesday, the 1st of April. Happy Fool's Day. And today I do not have jury duty. Yesterday I was excused from the one I went to, which means I still have to check in for the next 3 days. Hopefully there's nothing, and I'll be done with it. I was there all day yesterday, like 7 hours, maybe more. We'll get on the road and we'll talk about it. Hey, okay. Let's fire up the bike. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Windshield up. Presently 39 degrees. Present mileage on the bike 51,800. Let's hit it. Shield down. And we'll see what we get when we get home from work this time instead of jury duty. Drove my car yesterday for jury duty because I was not about to take the bike. That would have been a pain in the ass, especially downtown Jackson, and especially wearing all this crap I'm wearing. Would not have been conducive to a easy night. Oh, I slipped into sport mode. Let's not do that. Okay, so yesterday, the 31st of March 2025, I was called and summoned to jury duty. And the first day out, I was actually summoned to the courthouse for that. There was 69 of us, so they called a lot of groups. My understanding is, and the lady who now runs the system, she's 2 years into it now, that Jackson County, Michigan, which is where I hail from, has the worst turnout for jury duty in the whole state. So means they had to call more groups. What a dick. Anyways, which means they had to call even more. Why is that guy blowing black smoke like a dickhead? What an asshole. Which means she has to call more groups at a time than what they actually need. So 69 of us showed up, and 18 or 19 didn't. So basically a couple groups worth, I guess, maybe one group. I'm not sure how many people are in a group. The groups I called, I'm guessing there must be 5 people to a group, maybe. She called, man. I got a picture of it on my screen. I'll see if I can throw that in here from my iPhone. I took a photo of the one when I was on, how many groups they called. But anyways, it was for a criminal case involving rape of a minor. That was the charges. I think 13 or 14 years old with vaginal insertion. Gentleman looked to probably be in his, I don't know, late 20s, early 30s. And it sounded like it took place in 2021. So, long time getting to court. He pled guilty. Did not plead guilty. He pled not guilty to the charges, so that's why they're having a jury trial. And I tell you, the process of going through for them to pick out the jury, holy shit. I think we got in there probably around 10:30 in the a.m. into the judge's chamber, the courtroom. Sorry. And I finally left at little after 5:15, 5:30ish, something around there. I think it's 5:15 when I was excused, and I was actually called up to the jury box. And I think because of my relation to the sheriff's department, I have family on there, and the fact that there are some things going on with that years back, and I think the prosecutor or the defense attorney was involved in that situation, got me removed, which I am pleased about, because I was for sure when I got there, and they were almost to the point of being over their quantities of what they're allowed to dismiss for just whatever they want. And mind you, the prosecutor they said they were happy with the jury, so the last one went to me and I got removed. I was like, whew, thank goodness. Because I thought I was going to be stuck in that jury for the next 3 days. It said to be on a 3-day trial, probably. I did not really want to do that. I would have done it, done my civic duty, but I'm pleased that I'm not on the jury. I get to come back to work. I never thought I'd say I'd be happy to go back to work, but I'd rather go to work than go to jury duty. But the process was just mind-numbingly boring. I mean, the prosecutor, I'm guessing she was probably the assistant prosecutor. All the stupid questions they ask. Oh my God. It's horrible. I mean, I was asked some of the same stupid questions, and it's like, what does this have to do with anything? That process just drug on forever and ever. I mean, they weren't done when I got dismissed. Ugh. I don't know what they finally ended up with, but they didn't think there'd be any more call for any more jurors tonight or today. Because they said there was no other trials going on, but then I got on there last night and they called 4 other groups back. 104, 5, 6, 7 or something like that. So either they had another case come up, or they shut it down last night and they had to call back some groups to finish out the jury selection. I don't know. I don't know how long they stay to pick the jury. I think they'd stay till they're done. I'm assuming it means there's like another small case. So yeah, I can't really speak to the man's innocence or guilt. I'm assuming since it was brought up, he's probably guilty of doing the deed, but, you know, who really knows? I mean, maybe he pissed somebody off and they came back on him with this. I mean, that does happen. But I'm assuming since the girl was 13 or 14 at the time, and 2021, so she's near 17, 18 now. I imagine she would testify on her own, on behalf of the prosecution to try and send this gentleman to prison. I assume that's his options are either freedom or prison. They're no probably in between. He's not going to get probation most likely for diddling a little girl if he did, which it sounds like he did. But I'm not. You know, that's just from the viewpoint of where I'm at now after thinking about it. If I'd have been on a jury, I'd have listened to the law and I would have listened to the facts, the prosecution's, you know, attempt to prosecute this gentleman. I would have listened to the witnesses on the stand, and I'd have drawn conclusions from that to see if there's any, you know, any reasonable doubt there. But I'm not, so I don't have to. I can just pass judgment whatever I want. I think he did it. Yep. Maybe he didn't, but I think he did. Now, is it consensual a little bit toward that, maybe? I don't know. Who knows? You know, people seem to grow up faster than they used to. But it wouldn't matter if it was consensual or not, because she's a minor and he's an adult, and he should know better. And also, it's a relation, which makes it even that much more sick. So it wouldn't make a difference to me or not whether or not, you know, she wanted it. You know, sure, that's something they'd probably bring up if they thought they had to, but still fucking, you know, the older one, dude. If you are, you know better than that. In this society, that's the way it's deemed. We're not in the Philippines. I'm not even sure if that's the way it is in the Philippines. I used to hear it was back in the day. But our society deems that as inappropriate and disgusting. So those are the rules you got to go by. Then you live in this society, you have to follow society's rules if you want to not be in trouble. So that's where he's at. I can't remember the gentleman's name right offhand. I might see if I can find it. Kind of be interesting to see how it ends up turning out in the long run. I imagine you can probably go onto the court system and find out who's being tried right now. I'll have to look. Can't remember the guy's name. Should have wrote it down. Anyways, so Tuesday and back to work, and of course I don't know really what took place yesterday, so walking into the walking into the fire, so to speak, see what happens. I'm sure there's some stuff that needs to be done. Don't care. Either way, it'll be work. And I'll go home, and I'll go back, and I'll go home, and I'll go back, and I'll go home, and I'll go back, and I'll be done for the week. Then I'll come home. So, let's see. Go in, come home. Go in, come home. Go in, come home. Go in, come home. So 4 days left.